Good morning, students. Today we will learn about natural resources and their types, exhaustible resources and inexhaustible resources. Natural resources are the materials and substances that we get from nature and use in our daily lives. Some resources are available in limited quantities, whereas some are available in unlimited quantities and are continuously replenished by nature. Let us go through the natural resources. Natural resources are materials and substances found in nature that humans use to meet their needs. They are broadly classified into exhaustible, which are known as non-renewable resource, and inexhaustible, which are known as renewable resource, a distinction that helps us understand the sustainability and responsible use of the earth's gifts. Let us watch in detail about the exhaustible resources. There are some examples which can define the exhaustible resources to its utmost. Firstly, coal. Coal is a fossil fuel formed from ancient plant matter over millions of years. It is used to generate electricity and heat but releases harmful carbon dioxide when burned, contributing to climate change. Second, petroleum. Petroleum is derived from two Latin words. First is petra, which means rocks, and oleum means oil. It is a fossil fuel in a liquid form found deep underground. It is refined into petrol, diesel, and plastics. Once extracted and used, it cannot be replaced within the human lifetime. Third, natural gas. Natural gas is a fossil fuel composed mainly of methane, which is CH4. It is used for cooking, heating, and electricity generation. Like coal and oil, it is non-renewable and will eventually be depleted. We need to understand why exhaustible resources are at risk. There are three main factors which are responsible for the same. Number one, limited and finite supply. Exhaustible resources like coal, oil, and natural gas exist in fixed amount on earth. Once consumed, they cannot be replenished within the human time scale, making overuse a very serious concern. Number two, high demand and rapid depletion. Growing global population and industrialization drive enormous demand for exhaustible resources. At current rates of consumption, many reserves could be depleted within decades. Third, environmental impact of extraction. Mining, drilling, and burning exhaustible resources causes air and water pollution, habitat destruction, and greenhouse gas emissions, contributing to climate change and ecological sabotage. Inexhaustible resources, the resources that never run out. Inexhaustible resources are natural resources that cannot be depleted or used up. They are continuously replenished by nature and are always available for use, making them ideal for sustainable energy solutions. There are some examples. First is solar energy, third is wind power, and third is hydropower. We need to understand the resource statistics, which is regarding the exhaustible and non-exhaustible resources. Firstly, 80% of the global energy still comes from the exhaustible fossil fuels such as petrol, diesel, kerosene, etc. Number two, 30% annual growth rate in renewable energy adoption worldwide. We are mostly using the solar panels to replenish the resources. Third, 50 years of oil reserves left at current global consumption rate. As far as the consumption is concerned, 50 years of oil reserve is still left. Exhaustible resources like coal, oil, and natural gas are depleting rapidly. Inexhaustible resources such as solar, wind, and hydropower offer sustainable alternatives for future energy needs, which are known as the sustainable development. We need to understand the key differences. Formation time. Exhaustible resources take millions of years, whereas the inexhaustible resources are naturally replenished. Availability. In exhaustible resources, the resources are limited, whereas in the inexhaustible resources, the resources are continuously available. Environmental impact. Exhaustible resources are responsible for high pollution and damage, whereas in the inexhaustible resources, the low impact of pollution and damage. Sustainability. Exhaustible is non-renewable and finite, whereas inexhaustible resources are renewable and endless. Examples of exhaustible resources: coal, oil, and gas, whereas in the inexhaustible resources, the examples are solar, wind, and water. The future outlook is: inexhaustible resources, it is the risk of exhaustion, whereas inexhaustible resources are the long-term energy security. That's all for today. Thank you, and let us protect our resources. Remember to conserve and choose renewable options. Thank you and have a nice day.